Jennifer, have you heard? It's all over the news. A rare Sumatran tiger cub has been stolen from the zoo. They say it's being held for ransom.
Wow, let's get over there. Maybe we can help find it. Mr. Potter, the zoo director, looks really upset. Let's see what's going on.
I'm terribly worried about Pasha. She's only 8 months old and needs very special care.
Who's Pasha? A baby?
A very special baby. A rare Sumatran tiger cub. She's one of only 650 Sumatran tigers left in the world. What scoundrel would take her? Tigers aren't like house cats, you know. When they're in captivity, tigers need to be looked after by specially trained professionals. I can't tell you how furious it makes me that some thoughtless, selfish person stole her. Sumatran tigers are so very rare. They're an endangered species, hunted nearly to extinction in their native country. Part of the zoo's goal is to help to prevent species like this from disappearing forever. We join other zoos in breeding programs so that we can help rebuild the wild population of rare and endangered species. Some species would be extinct already if it weren't for zoo breeding programs. If the last animal of a type dies, that whole type of animal is gone forever. That's why it's so important that we don't hunt or kill endangered species, but instead protect them and the places they live so that their families will have room to live and grow. Pasha's one of the last of her kind. Her mother was shot by poachers for her beautiful fur. So we brought Pasha here where we could look after her. Without the special care she received here, she would have died. But now, just when she should be safe, someone's stolen her. We must get her back.
This is obviously the work of that catty-cad McCavity. This time he's really gone too far. He'll go to any lengths to embarrass the yard. The criminal mind is as twisted as a maze, Jennifer. Who knows what reason McCavity had to steal that tiger cub? The note that he left just adds to the confusion.
Note? Can we see it?
Of course. It was found in the back of the transport truck that was carrying Pasha. The guards swear that the cub was in her carrying cage in the back of the truck when they left Gatwick Airport, but when they arrived here, all that was left was the note.
It's some kind of poem or riddle. The bottom of the note has some little symbols on it. They're signs cut from brochures or maps or something. There's one from the Ritz Hotel, the British Museum, and Trafalgar Square. Those must be the locations the note talks about.
Well, it's obviously some ridiculous cat-and-mouse game he's playing. I'll take no part in it. Scotland Yard will not be mocked by some egomaniacal, overgrown moggy.
But Pasha, we must find her. Who knows what the fiend will do with her?
We're aces at mystery solving, Mr. Potter. We'll help you find Pasha. That way Scotland Yard doesn't have to get involved. Let's go.
You two again? Humph! Looking to rummage through my precious archives for some fact or other, I imagine.
Well, yes. I'm afraid so, Mr. Sneed, if it's okay.
And I suppose you'll want me to search high and low for everything I can lay my hands on about cats, hmm?
But how did you know?
I do watch the news. It wouldn't take a genius, although I am one, to deduce that you two would be hot on the trail of that feline felon, Macavity. Now go and have a look through the research I've gathered for you, and leave me alone. As you can see, I have work to do.
Thanks bunches, Mr. Sneed. We knew you'd help. Look, there are statues of these goddesses at the British Museum. We could walk right through that door to the Egyptian Antiquities room and take a look at those statues ourselves. This room leads into the British Museum itself. Somewhere in here must be one of the cats Macavity talked about in the note. The ancient Egyptians worshipped all different kinds of gods. Some of them had the heads of different animals, like jackals, lions, and cats. They were the first people to make cats into pets.
These old Egyptian thingies are brilliant. Utterly brill.
Magic. Curse of the Pharaoh, you know. Might get up and want out at any moment.
Pyramids, mummies, hieroglyphs. Could stare at 'em till we were bonkers.
Stop raving. Partial to the statues myself. How's about this in the front room? A little bit of segment with your tea? My mum'd go round the twist.
And bark again. Symbols of an empire, though, these old gods. Still standing while the old kings who worshipped them are dust.
All wrapped up in bandages like Boris Karloff. Gives me the willies just thinking about it. Let's have a go at translating these hieroglyphs, Aaron, mate.
With you like glue, Felix. Once we've mastered them, we'll use them to write notes in Crichton's class. That'd stymie the old squint.
Wow, look at all these pigeons. There must be thousands. And those lions must be the cats we're looking for.
Admiring his lordship, are you? That's our Nelson, you know. Up there on his column all these years and never complained. A great seaman, Nelson. Brave and true. Lost an eye and an arm in His Majesty's service and still led the fleet to victory. The battle this square's named after, Trafalgar, that was his last. Died on his ship, defeating Napoleon's fleet.
When was this? You sound like you knew him.
Nah, this was in the days of the Great Empire. 1805 he died. But a seaman knows a seaman, and all us Navy lads have a place in our hearts for old Horatio.
Look, one of the lions has a note stuck between its paws. I can't imagine any lions or tigers running around here. I wonder what connection this place could have to cats. Maybe they have a pet cat as a hotel mascot.
No, we don't keep any cats here at the Ritz, though some of our guests sometimes do. There's old Casper, of course, but he's not a real cat.
Who's Casper?
Oh, he's rather a good luck charm of sorts. A bit like our version of a four-leaf clover, or rabbit's foot, if you're the superstitious type, that is. You see, back in, about 1898, there was a grand dinner served here in our great dining hall. There were 13 guests in all, an unlucky number in some people's minds. Anyway, story has it that the first guest to leave the table was killed shortly afterwards. I suppose it gave the triskaidekaphobes a right scare.
Triska what?
Triskaidekaphobes. People who believe that the number 13 is bad luck. You've heard the old wives' tale that Friday the 13th is ill-omened. Well, some people think everything to do with 13 is unlucky. They may have been right about that particular dinner party. At any rate, shortly afterwards, the hotel commissioned a sculptor, Basil Ionides, to carve a great big cat out of wood. Now, whenever we have a dinner party for 13 guests, we invite Casper too, so there are 14. We serve the old Moggy a full meal, soup to nuts, and so far so good. In fact, I got him out just now for the Phaeton Club's dinner this evening. Not that I'm superstitious myself, but no harm in a little preventive charm, I say.
Look! That note's just like the one we found in the tiger's cage at the zoo. I remember reading about Sir Walter Raleigh in school. He was a famous explorer for Queen Elizabeth I. He sailed all the way to America to start colonies in the New World. Cavity's trail led us up and down the streets of London, all right. Let's pick the clues that prove which feline holds the secret to Pasha's location. Those aren't quite the clues we needed to crack Cavity's code. Let's read over all our notes again and see if we can figure out that feline felon's riddle. Cavity's trail led us up and down the streets of London, all right. Let's pick the clues that prove which feline holds the secret to Pasha's location. Those are the perfect clues. Now choose the cat that points the way to Pasha's safe return. Cavity's note told us that the clues to finding Pasha would be found in felines at the Ritz, Trafalgar Square, and the British Museum. At the British Museum, we found a clue in the statue of Sekhmet, the lion-headed goddess of ancient Egypt. That note told us that the cat we were looking for was at a seaman's feet. Casper, the Ritz Hotel's lucky 14, held another clue for us. This one said the correct cat was the symbol of an huge lions at Trafalgar had a clue for us too. Their note said the right cat was a son of Landseer. The research that Mr. Sneed did for us at the library helped us put it all together. Sir Edwin Landseer sculpted the lions at Trafalgar Square as a symbol of the once great British Empire. They surround the statue of a great seaman, Admiral Horatio Nelson. The cat we were looking for was one of the huge lions of Trafalgar Square.